Yeesh. Selfish people. Let's talk about selfish people. Okay. I was out in the barn shooting, and I was connecting to people in meditation or prayer or whatever, because of virtual presence and possibilities. And talked to a woman, and she has a son, and I said, to her, I said, it's okay to, and um, it's okay to be nervous around people. It's okay to be nervous. And I was shooting, and I felt like she and her son were watching. I was missing shots. I said, hey, honey, it's okay to miss. It's okay to be nervous and have anticipations about people, because, you step up for your son for the Lord's Prayer. Lots of people will know about it. And, you could be a little nervous, but that's okay to be nervous and anticipate those things. But I talked to her about stuff and about, at first, it seems like when they poison you, and your prostate tries to shut down because the body's shutting down because of poisoning, at first it feels emasculating, because you're very virile, and you're one of the best sexual reputations in the whole world. And then they try to shut you down, and then after that, once you get past it, you go, shit. No, it's like it's very emasculating. Okay, I mean, it's not very. It's very emasculating. It's the exact opposite. Okay, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates, and all these techs, sitting around watching the military and all their murderers and all their scientists that are all jealous of me, poisoning me, and it makes my prostate have to, so I can't be sexually virile like I used to be. And I'm like, gosh damn, I'm the sexiest man alive. Then you sit and think about it. It's like, that's what they have to do to feel like they can be in the room with me. It's like, why don't you stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me? That'd be a hell of a lot easier and a lot less dramatic. But what they told me after I talked to this woman and her son through virtual presence, I don't know how she probably got friends in the Pentagon or something like that, because her old man would be like, I don't want my son and him watching this guy privately and having conversations with him. And she's her own woman. She could do whatever she wants. She probably got guys in the Pentagon that'd be like, what are you doing with that old, that old orange, come hang out with me for a while. And so, but the thing is women have to realize, city girls just seem to find out early how to open doors with just a smile. Rich old man, she won't have to wear a dress up all in lace and go in style. My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things. You set it up so well, so carefully. It ain't funny how your new life hasn't changed things. Still the same old girl you used to be. Well, stand up for the Lord's Prayer. And then the Eagles won't fill up concert halls singing dysfunctional songs about dysfunctional people for dysfunctional money. Yeah, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we loved everywhere we go. We sing about beauty, and we sing about truth for $10 million a show. It had to up it. It was $10,000 a show back during Dr. Hook's time, but it's been a while since then. You know what I'm saying? Since the 1970s. And so you be sitting there, and what Jesus and Suzuki finally told me is, calm down, just do this, cut corners, do that. Don't go to get the disability, don't go do any of that. Elon Musk, he should know what he's getting into. He should know that during, when I was in the military, I protested all the disgusting things we did and got out. Okay. When I married Amy, her dad was in the whatever, and they attacked the Twin Towers, and I tried to get back in. When I tried to get back into the military stole all my profit sharing from Southwest Airlines. It was like over 6,000 or 7,000, which me and Amy could have used. If I had that money when I was married to Amy, my profit sharing money, okay, our marriage would have been radically different. So, people like Elon Musk and the people that give you Chicago PD, 911 Lone Star, and all that, they know what they're doing before they put their pants on this in the morning. They know how to fuck somebody who is capable of helping people out of the fuck with just a bare minimum. Okay. But, my family had me in it, and then the stuff, they know about the stuff that happened with Stephanie when I went and had her and, what was the name of that? Deb. Said, you're leaving Patrick and all that. And I didn't want to make Patrick feel that way, because they were all telling Patrick how I was deserting him. And I signed a piece of paper and said, here, once If I go in the military, because the way the military works, she would have custody. I said, then I will send you support to take care of him financially. And I said, but you can't file this until I get in the military. She filed it the very next day. So, Elon Musk should know if he doesn't know what he's dealing with when he gets me, then he just doesn't have very good tech support from the military. They don't like him. They're setting him up like they do Donald Trump. Okay. And so you just got to know who you're dealing with. I'm like David and Joseph and Daniel and Elijah and Jeremiah in the Bible. Okay. I do the right thing, not because I think God is watching, because I want my children to live right. Okay. And so what they told me out there in the barns is do all this, cut corners, do this, help your dad financially. You just stay exercise, go get your tooth taken care of, detox. They're going to keep you uncomfortable as much as they can to try to get you to ask them for help. And their money isn't help. Their money is genocide. And I'm not going to ask for their money. I'm going to demand they stand up for Lord's Prayer right now. Okay. And that's what I'm teaching the technology, and that's what I'm going to get the technology to reflect. And I don't care what they do. Okay. And, I am feeling an appreciation for Jeff and Dimas, giving us a public option so people in the military can watch these, people in DARPA and the national securities and NASA can watch these and go, oh shit, I used to think I was intelligent. And then, they might come in and say this and that. I don't know what the comments, if they're real people or they're bots or whatever, but I remark to them the way I would if I met you publicly, And they know that because they say that with stuff online. These people say things that they wouldn't say to people's faces. It's like, are you kidding? Now, I would be even more, because I have rules of engagement on YouTube, okay? I'm nicer to assholes on YouTube and Facebook than I would be if I met them face to face. Okay, do you understand? Face to face, I would tell them straight up about themselves and then say, what the fuck you gonna do about it? And then Mike Tyson says, I'm gonna kick your ass. It's like, I'm curious to see if those King David Chi legends are real too. Swing away, Joaquin Phoenix, swing away. I'd like to see what this old fat poison man could do. You just don't have Bruce Dern standing around with his buddies with a gun, because I don't want to get shot today. But I wouldn't mind snapping his knee in half if he thought that he would get lots of fuck money from trying to hurt me. Well, yeah, I'll snap his knee in half, say, pick him up, take him back to the hospital. He'll walk with a limp the rest of his life, but he'll never attack a gracious good shepherd with his fucked up ego, right? Ever again. So I'm as curious as you, Mike Tyson. So if you came up and didn't want to live the Lord's Prayer and wanted children to be sexually assaulted for money so military guys could keep their fucked up, Sicaro jobs, I would like to know too. If you swung on me, I'd like to see how fast I could snap your fucking knee in half. I would like to see that. Just because people would come with cameras and then everybody'd take me seriously and then we'd be living the Lord's Prayer by dinner time. So bring it on, Mikey Mike. Bring Halle Berry too. Okay, let's go. I am so curious. And bring Steven Seagal too. He's got nice hair. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be that way. And what Jesus and Suzuki told me, he said, Earl, naturally, more bad things happen to good people than good things will happen to bad people. And the only thing good that happens to bad people is good people. And they always kill bad people, good people, and try to make them look like they're bad people too. China with Sun Yat-sen, okay. The British Empire and all those people with Alan Watts and Krishnamurti, okay. Japan with D.T. Suzuki, all the bigots that called Haile Selassie their God incarnate. Boom, there you go. Boom, there you go. Boom, there you go. So the only good thing that happens to bad people is good people. And what they do with good people is they kill them and then try to say he's one of us, like Henry Tudor with Thomas Becket, and so on, so forth. The more things change, the more they say the same. So, but the thing is this is a different time, a different place, and it's not the techs and the super techs and the uber techs and their AI and their great computers and all that are correcting these human diseases that of jealousy and envy and abuse, and it's people like myself and Sun Yat-sen and DT Suzuki and Ruth and Esther and Khadijah and people throughout time that keep and then those families in Japan that were helping DT Suzuki communicate with me and help me realize it's more than just him, and the people, there are people in Japan that believe in what you're doing, have faith in God too, and love you the way you love them. And I'm like, yeah, I believe you. So it was really neat. Well, it was neat to know that, when you realize, that those people were killed by their own government for betraying and for being traitors. You're like, well, I understand. I live in the United States of America, and I'm getting poisoned to death by the military community because I'm going to put them out of business for being like DT Suzuki and Haile Selassie. So I'm boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-doom, which makes me still, I get sad about when I think about Michelle. I get sad when I think about Keith Elam. I get sad. That was, me and Alan talked, and I was like, I think this is it's gonna happen. And one of the first of the celebrities I wanted to meet was Keith Elam. And then when Alan told me he died, I was like, damn. And then one of the people, I wanted Shell to meet Keith, and Shell wanted to meet the Obamas. So I was like, we could do that at Patrice's house, and then make sure this, and then that didn't happen. And then here's what's happening with Patrice, stuff. So all things I was excited about at first, they've followed my brain activity, and they've destroyed any hopes and dreams I had of, once we're living the truth of the apocalypses, here's what we'll do. So that's pretty, they're very disgusting people. And I have to explain it to them because they can't figure it out on their own, because they're all in business together, and they don't realize they're just as sick as the person they're fighting. Like, Malcolm X said about the toothbrush thing. Okay, I love you guys, all right?